Once we get your cylinder head, the first step is to remove the OEM valve seat. This takes a very careful process in our Rottler concentric valve seat machine. We cut away the seat little by little until it chips away. Once we get it out, we cut our own valve seat to a specific size. The valve seat will then be pressed into the head. And here is the very important part. Typically, your OEM valve seats have 3 angles. One of the angles is going to contact your valve face. That's what's going to create the seal. We use a 5-angle cutter. The 5-angle cutter aids in rapid airflow, both intake and exhaust. It increases horsepower. Once the seat is installed in your head, we make sure that it's perfectly concentric to the valve guide, and we start cutting away. We make a very light cut, being careful not to have it too deep so that the valve seat can be maintained later and we can create more cuts as time goes by. Once we get your cylinder head, the first process is to remove the OEM valve seat. This is a very careful process which is done in our Rottler concentric valve cutting machine. The cylinder head is located in the machine, and the cutter starts to chip away the valve seat little by little until it flakes off. We have to be very careful not to damage the stock bore. Once the seat is out, we proceed to cut our own valve seats to a specific size. This will then be pressed into the cylinder head, and this is where the very important part comes in. Usually, your OEM valve seats have 3 angles. One of those angles is going to contact your valve face. Typically, that's your 45-degree angle. That's what creates the seal. 3 angles is okay. It works, but we use a 5-angle cutter, which ultimately aids in rapid airflow, which increases horsepower. These are the possible failures that you're going to have on your valve train components. We're going to start with the valve. Your valve face, that's the area in which the valve contacts your valve seat. It'll chip away and corrode. That'll cause compression to leak out. Your valve stem will also wear out, and the tip of your valve stem, where the keeper goes, will also deform and wear out. Sometimes will stretch. That's very important because it could cause the keeper to jump out and the valve will fall into your combustion chamber. Your valve seat. The seating surface where the seat meets the valve will also wear out and start to chip away. Your valve guide. The internal diameter of the valve guide will start to deform and become oval. Your valve seal. Your valve seal is typically made out of a rubberish, soft material, and it'll lose its tension. That'll cause oil to leak past the seal into the combustion chamber, and the bike will start to smoke. Your valve springs, it will fatigue and sometimes possibly break off. Your keepers, very important tiny components. This is what keeps the valve stack together. They should be replaced every time you replace your valves. Depending on the cylinder head, you're going to have a finger follower, which on one surface is going to contact the top of the valve, and the other surface is going to contact your camshaft lobe. This has a special coating which will wear out and start to chip away. Your bucket, depending on the cylinder head you have, will also start to wear, and the top part of the bucket will start to dish out. It'll become concave. Your camshaft journals. These are very important components of your cylinder head. They're perfectly machined and they should be polished. That's where the camshaft rotates on. Sometimes due to lack of oil, they'll start to seize against the camshaft and material will transfer from the cap to the camshaft. And your actual camshafts, you will have wear On the rotating surfaces of the journals, you will also have wear on the top parts of your camshaft lobes. All this could be avoided with regular maintenance and proper service. We at WMR can't stress enough how important it is to service your cylinder head. Valve adjustments, compression testing, leak down testing at regular intervals will save you thousands of dollars in dramatic cylinder head failure. If you guys have any questions, would you like to book an appointment to get your cylinder head serviced or a valve adjustment on your motorcycle? Please give us a call at WMR or visit us online. Thank you. See you next time.